This is
Perfect.
hallelujah. This is so good, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nia Hope, and if you're new here or you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Welcome to another episode of You Got Food at Home. In today's episode, I will be making a soul food dinner, but the key here is the mac and cheese. My mac and cheese is something a lot of my friends and family absolutely love and adore. So I will be showing you guys how I make my mac and cheese. On this fine Resurrection Sunday, the spirit of mac and cheese is on my soul, and I'm getting ready to get down, get busy. I already have some noodles boiling on the stove. So let's go and check that out. So I've had these noodles boiling in this pot for a few minutes. I've just added some extra virgin olive oil, some salt to it, and I'm stirring occasionally. They're almost done. Now a quick kitchen hack: if you have a wooden spoon and your pot is about to boil over, you can place it over the top and it'll prevent the water from bubbling over. Now these noodles look pretty good, but I'm just gonna give it a quick taste to see if they're cooked how I want them, and they are, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain it out. And then I'm gonna return the noodles back to this pot. So go ahead and turn your heat off. All right, so while my noodles are draining in the sink, I'm gonna go ahead and melt some butter. I've already portioned out a cup full of butter in a bowl. I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave until it's completely melted, so maybe like 45 seconds. While the butter is melting, I'm gonna move on to the next task, and that is going to be taking a cup full of milk. I'm using unsweetened almond milk. You can use whole milk or lactated milk, whatever type of milk you drink in your household. I'm also going to take a half a cup of sour cream and dump that in there. And you'll also need 3 eggs that we're just gonna crack and put in this bowl. Once you have your milk, eggs, and sour cream in a bowl, you can go ahead and just whisk all of that together. This is gonna act as our binding agent in the mac and cheese. You wanna make sure you whisk everything together thoroughly. And once you're done, you can just set it off to the side for a moment. I'm gonna bring my pot back into the picture and throw my drained noodles back in here. This is just 1 pound of elbow noodles. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt to this. You don't need a lot. I'm also gonna add some black pepper. And I'm also gonna add some garlic powder. You can go ahead and mix that into your noodles. And now we're gonna go ahead and get our butter. All right, so we're pouring the butter in here, and we're gonna stir all of this up. All right, so once you're done stirring in your seasonings and your butter in the pot, you can go ahead and grab a nice pan. I'm just using a foil pan, and we're gonna dump all of this in there. So once you have your noodles in a pan, you can take this mixture of milk and eggs and sour cream and just pour it over your noodles. We're just going to go ahead and stir that up. Typically when I'm making my baked mac and cheese, I use 40 ounces of cheese. Now, if you don't want your mac and cheese to be super cheesy, you can use 8 to 16 ounces less of cheese than I use, and it'll still be delicious and amazing. I also use specific cheeses when I make this. I usually use Monterey Jack, Colby Jack, and extra sharp cheddar cheese. I use white and orange cheddar cheese, but since we're in quarantine, cheese supplies are kind of low, so I had to improvise. I also typically use shredded cheddar cheese for this, There wasn't any at my grocery store, so I'm just using sliced cheese that I just cut in half. And I'm using basically everything I could find. I have some cheddar cheese here that's shredded. And I also have this 3 cheese blend that I found. This is a Parmesan Asiago and Romano cheese blend that I'm actually gonna sprinkle on top and kind of see how that tastes. I'm playing around with new cheeses because this is all the cheese they had in the grocery store. But the key here is to use 40 ounces of cheese. Use whatever cheeses you want, but 40 ounces. Once all of your cheeses are selected, we're gonna go ahead and mix this in with our noodles. I personally like making mac and cheese with shredded cheese. I don't like this cube cheese because I don't like that I can't evenly spread it around, but it's all good. We're working with what we got. So I'm gonna add in some of this shredded sharp cheddar cheese. We're gonna go ahead and sprinkle some cheese on top of this, on top of our noodles. And now I'm gonna go in with this 3 cheese blend. When you put the cheese on top, make sure that it's covering all the noodles. You shouldn't see any noodles or most of the noodles when you're done with this. So as I said, you're gonna be using 40 ounces of cheese in this dish. The last 8 ounces of cheese that you use should be reserved for sprinkling on top of your pan. So I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven now. Once your mac and cheese is in the oven, just let it sit for 35 minutes. All right, so the timer has gone off on my mac and cheese. I'm going to now set the broiler on high. Let's clear this. So now that I've set my broiler to high, I'm gonna let my mac and cheese sit in the oven until the top of the mac and cheese forms this nice brown bubbling crust. And after that's done, it'll be ready to take out and serve. You guys, I just pulled this mac and cheese out of the oven and it's looking and smelling so good. We're about to cut into this and see how it looks on the inside. All right, we're gonna dig into this and see what this mac and cheese is looking like. Oh my gosh. That looks so amazing, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice big bite of this mac and cheese, y'all. Oh my goodness. You guys, this looks so good, so amazing. So tasty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this concludes this episode of You Got Food at Home. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you like and share this. I will leave the full recipe for the mac and cheese in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. If you try it out, leave me a comment, or if you take a picture of it, tag me on your Instagram. Thanks again for watching this episode of You Got Food at Home, and I'll catch you in the next one. You know you gotta get the mac and cheese with some of the candy yams. Bananas. This is Soul Food Sunday. It's that good stuff. That's the one right there.